Hello students, welcome to today's session. Today we shall be discussing one important topic of concentration terms. Basically in today's session we will be addressing how to find or how to solve the numericals based on concentration terms. So this is on the demand of 11th class students, but it would be very beneficial for all those who are preparing for competition. So before I go on to the details of these MCQ questions, I would say the rule of the game would be that as and when a numerical comes in front of you, you please pause the video, try to solve it, and then see into the discussion which I am going to do. So while discussing all these questions, I will be giving you a bit of theory of concentration terms, that what are the different concentration terms along with the problem solving. So the topic, the session would be quite engaging, and do stay with me till the end of this session. The topic would be a little lengthy and the problems are almost 15-20 numericals I'm going to do in today's discussion. So let me start with a bit of theory so that you could relate to the topic better. So if I say molecular mass of H2SO4, it is hydrogen is 1 into 2 plus sulfur is 32 plus 4 into 16. So this makes 98 AMU. One molecule of sulfuric acid would weigh 98 AMU, and 1 AMU in itself is 1.67 10 to the minus 24 grams. So one molecule of sulfuric acid would weigh 98 into 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So it is very small mass. So how much it is? It is 98 into 1.67 10 to the power, if I have to write it in grams. Now, if I keep on adding these number of molecules and reach to a value 6.02 10 to the 23 molecules, it would weigh how much? It would weigh equal to this quantity, 10 to the 24 into 6.02 10 to the 23 grams. Now, if you multiply these two terms when get multiplied, and if I would say it like this would comes equal to 1. So this makes 98 grams. So here the matter of the fact is that 1 mole of any substance would equal to its molecular mass, but to be taken in grams. So I may say that 98 grams of H2SO4 is consisting of 1 mole of H2SO4 particles or molecules. And if I have X grams of it, X grams of H2SO4 would have how many moles? It would be 1 by 98 into X. This much would be the number of moles of sulfuric acid I would have in X grams of it. So from here we can derive the fact that how to find the number of moles with a small statement written here. In 1 minute we are able to understand that this formula is very popular, that number of moles of a substance is equal to given mass of substance WB upon molar mass of that. Now how do I get it? It is simply X is the given mass, X I have taken the given mass, 98 is the molar mass. So WB upon molar mass is the number of moles. Other way to find the number of moles is number of moles could also be found by, because one, if I would have written it like this, that 98 grams of H2SO4 is consisting of 1 mole, which basically is consisting of 6.02 10 to the 23 molecules. Now, if you have started with some X number of molecules, so this would have given number of molecules divided by 6.02 10 to the 23. The way we have found it for this, and you can find it for this one also. And another, when a given substance is dissolved in some solvent or it is in aqueous medium, then there would be some concentration term. So for that, the number of moles of substance is molarity into volume, and volume is to be taken in liters. This would address equal to number of moles, and what is exactly, how do we get this molarity term, we will explain while solving the numericals up in few minutes. And similarly, number of millimoles of a substance is molarity into volume. If the volume is in milliliters, then it would be giving you number of millimoles of that. Now let us start with the numerical, and then we would address all these concentration terms through the problems, so that would give you better understanding of the thing. So you are being provided with 100 ml, so there is a solution 100 ml which is 0.1 molar calcium hydroxide, and it says that it underwent dissociation. So calcium hydroxide, when undergoes dissociation, would give you 1 calcium ion. So 1 mole of this on dissociation would give me 1 mole of calcium, 1 mole of calcium and obviously 2 moles of hydroxyl ions. Now the point is, here it is written 0.1 molar. So let me define what basically we mean by molarity. Molarity is the number of moles of solute in 1 liter of solution. As simple as that. Don't go into any other details. Simply would remember this thing. When I say something to be x molar, that means x moles of solute are there in 1 liter of solution. So how do I define it? If I say I have V liter of solution, if I have V liter of solution, which is containing some n number of moles of solute. So if I have to take 1 liter of solution, how many moles are there in it? It is Nb upon V liter. So this much number of moles of solute are there in that solution. This is its molarity. So in books you would find this as to be written as molarity is equal to number of moles upon volume of solution in liter. So this we get for per liter because it is for 1 liter. Another way to do it, if the solution is given in, say for example, if I write it like this, if I say V milliliter of solution is containing NB number of moles of solute, NB number of moles of solute, then now we have to define for 1 liter. 1 liter solution contains how many moles is its molarity. So if I take it in milliliters only, 1000 ml of this solution, because it makes 1 liter, would contain how many? It would be Nb upon V ml into 1000 ml. So this ml goes out and this answer we get is the number of moles. So molarity would be number of moles of solute upon volume of solution. If is in milliliter, it is to be multiplied here with 1000. So this also is molarity. And number of moles we have already defined in the previous slide. So now if you are being given that molarity is, that is what the problem is. Number of moles can be found by multiplying molarity with volume. This is what I have written in the previous slide. Number of moles can also be found by multiplying molarity with volume. So simply you have to remember what is molarity. Molarity simply would mean that 1 liter of solution contains how many moles. The number of moles present in 1 liter of solution is its molarity. So basically now if I would say that how many millimoles I have, because this is in milliliters, so I may say for calcium hydroxide, so I would say millimoles of calcium hydroxide do I have, that is molarity into volume in milliliters. So it would be molarity is 0.1, volume is 100, so I shall be having 10 millimoles. If I have 10 millimoles of calcium hydroxide, so I may say here that 10 millimoles of this would give me 10 millimoles of this and 20 millimoles of this, as simple as that. So now we have to check what answer do we get. So first answer is 100 millimoles of calcium ion. No, we shall be getting 10. So this is a wrong option. 0.02 moles of hydroxide ion. So here it is 20 millimoles. So 20 millimoles of OH negative can also be written as 20 into 10 is to minus 3 moles of OH negative, because 1 milli would be equal to 10 is to minus 3. So this do make this option. So B would be the right statement. And 18 into 10 is to 23 total ions. No, this also is a wrong statement in SA, because 10 plus 20 makes 30. So you have 30 millimoles of total ions, 30 millimoles of total ions. 30 means 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 moles, and this is to be multiplied by 6 into 10, 6.02. They have taken 18, so I just take 6 into 10 raised to 23. So it makes around 180 into 10 raised to 20 total ions. So that is not the answer given here. So this also is a wrong answer. So the best answer out of this is the B option. I think I made my point clear. Let us move on to the second question. Just read this question once and try to figure it out what is to be done in this case. You are being provided two solutions and both are 1 liter. This also is 1 liter. This also is 1 liter. So, but the difference is the concentration is different. this much molar and this is 0.3 molar. So he's saying that you have to figure it out that what maximum volume you can create. So he is asking that you take uh, some amount of this, some amount of this, such that maximum volume can be generated of a solution of 0.2 molar. This is an interesting question. For this sort of a question, there is a very sort of formula available, because you are going to take some HCl from this side from solution A and some HCl from solution B. So if I multiply molarity into volume, this gives me moles or millimoles depending on the units of volume, plus M2V2. So this, if I take this much moles from A and this much moles from B, it will make equal to M3V3. So this, basically in this equation, what I am equating, number of moles which I have taken of HCl from A plus from the B is equal to the final moles, which is in the, let's say in the volume C. So there could be two, three ways, but I would say simply this way, that because you have to make the maximum volume. So if I take first solution as 1 liter, because the range is 0.15 molar, this is zero point 0.3, and if I just would take, so you have to make this much molar, so this is dilute, this is concentration, you make a solution which is in between them. So one way is, you, because you have to make a maximum volume of it, either you take 1 liter of it and add x amount of this into this, or vice versa, you take 1 liter of this and take x amount of this. Both ways you do it and just see in which case the volume comes out to the maximum. That would be the answer. Let me start with first one. So if I take 0.1 molar, the first solution, and take its 1 liter, and to this if I add 0.3 molar as x liter, and total volume would become 1 plus x, and from here if I take the final molarity as 0.2, so if I solve it out, it is point, this 0.3x, this would make 0.2 plus 0.2x. So what does it give me? So this would make 0.05 is equal to minus 0.1x. So this would make me how much? 0.5. So x is 0.5 liters. So this is the maximum volume which we can generate. So the total volume would be then 1.5 liter, because you have taken 1 liter from here and x is coming out to be 0.5. So this makes 1.5 liter. So 1.5 is the maximum answer available. So there is no need of doing anything else, because we got the answer. Otherwise you can do the reverse way also. You take x liter of this and this you take 1 liter, and then you make 1 plus x and just see that what value of x you would get. Now again, one more important thing is there is a caution here, that you are only provided with xx 1 liter of each. At times it do happen that when you reverse the things, the amount of HCl required can come greater than the 1 liter, so then that option won't work. So this is the one way you can do it this way. So going for the next one. Now this again is a very interesting question. This would be a challenging question. So the molarity of H2SO4 solution is 18 molar. What does it mean? We will explain. And density of the solution is 1.8. So you are being provided with a solution whose molarity is 18 molar and the density labeled on it is 1.8 gram per ml. So what you wanted to find out? Now here comes a new term in front of you, molality, which is designated by small m. Just like molarity, molarity is the number of moles present in a liter of solution. Here in the molality, we just say number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent. The number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent is what you call it as molality. Just I would say it like this, that if I say that if I have W grams of water or solvent, W grams of solvent contains NB moles of solute, NB moles of solute. Then if I have 1 kg of solvent, if I have 1 kg of solvent, how many number of moles do it have? It would have NB upon WB, WA. If I say A has to be the solvent in kg. So this number of moles which I get is what you call it as molality. So molality simply would mean number of moles upon weight of solvent in kg. And if the solvent is in grams, we will say molality is number of moles upon wa in grams into thousands. So this also makes molality. So only difference in molality and molarity is number of moles of solute present in per liter of solution, and molality is number of moles of solute present in per kg of solvent. Only difference is this. Now, what is to be done here? So, I would advise you, whenever some question is given, first of all, try to understand the meaning of this. Once you get the meaning of this particular statement, you are through the answer. You are able to understand what the physical meaning of this question is. When I say 18 molar solution, what it simply means that 18 moles of H2SO4 are present in 1 liter of solution. 1 liter of solution is containing this much number of moles of sulfuric acid. Now, what I can do now here is, I can simply say 1 liter means 1000 ml of solution is containing 18 moles of H2SO4, and 18 moles means 18 into 98, that would make 1764 grams of sulfuric acid. That 1000 ml of this solution is containing this much amount of solute, and we also would know that the density of solution is 1.8 gram per ml. What does it mean? 1 ml of this solution weighs 1.8 grams. So if I have 1000 ml of this solution is containing this much of solute, and 1000 ml of this solution would weigh how much? That would be volume into density. Volume into density. So volume is 1000 ml and density is how much? It is 1.8 gram per ml. So this milliliter got cancelled. So it comes out to be 1800 grams. So total mass of solution is 1800 grams, and that 1 liter of this solution weighs 1800 grams, and 1 liter of this solution also contains this much of solute as sulfuric acid. So amount of solvent present in it. So we have to simply find the number of weight of solvent. So the weight of solvent in 1000 ml, in 1000 ml of solution would be, it would be 1800 minus 1764. So this comes out to be 36 grams. So 1 liter of this solution contains 36 grams of water. So what is molality? Molality is number of moles, that was 18, number of moles present in 1000 gram of solvent. So I would say 36 grams of water was containing 18 moles. So 1 gram would contain 18 by 36, and 1000 gram would contain how much? So this would come out to be 500. So this is 500 molal. So the solution would be 500 molal. So this is a beautiful question. So I think the statement is clear. So in this question, while addressing this problem, I explained what is molarity and what is molality along with the density topic. So it is 500. Moving on to the next problem. This again is a very interesting question where you are being provided a two solution. One is 10 ml ethyl alcohol whose density is given to you. Density is 0.7893 gram per ml. Here it is a misprint, gram per ml it would be, and it is mixed with water which is 20 ml. 20 ml of water whose density is 0.997 gram per ml. This is what is being given to you. So this would be gram per ml, and this also would be gram per ml. These are mixed together, and after mixing them together, what you get is a solution again, which is a solution again of ethyl alcohol, and this would have density. The density of this final solution is this much gram per ml. So what the fellow is asking, find the approximate change in total volume of mixing. Then when you mix them together, if it remains 30 ml on mixing, then it's fine. There is no change in volume. But if the volume gets changed because of the new intermolecular forces which come into play on mixing them together, either the volume can increase or decrease. So he's asking anything change in the volume. How much percent is the volume change? So first I would write the mass of solution. mass of solution which we get. Mass of solution we can say, because mass is equal to volume into density. So first solution is 10 ml and its density is 0.7893. Second solution is how much? Second solution is 20 ml and its density is 0.9971. That is the, this is ethyl alcohol, this is water. These are mixed and you get the total mass. And this total mass of solution, if got divided by the density of the final solution, you would get the volume of final solution. So I may say volume of final solution can also be said it like this. It would be this value 10 into 0.7893 plus 20 into 0.9971 divided by the density of this one 0.9571. So this comes out to be almost 29.08 ml. So this means that the volume has been decreased. Now the point is to what level the volume has decreased. So the change in volume is of the order of 30, because why is it 30? 10 plus 20, 10 of this, 20 of this, it should be 20, it should be 30, but it came out to be 29.08. So this would be the change in volume, and this change in volume is 0.92. So the percentage change would be 0.92 upon 30 into 100. So this approximately comes out to be 3.1%. That is there in the option. So option number A. So this also is a interesting question where concentration terms are used in terms of density. Next also is a very important question. I will mark it very important. This seems to be very important question again. So here what is being given here is that there is a, you are being provided with 1 liter of solution. Just read that wording, very interesting wording. The molality of 1 liter of solution. So the molality of 1 liter of solution of X% weight by volume. X% weight by volume is 9. So it is 9 molal solution. You are being given 1 liter of sulfuric acid whose molality is 9 molal. And in this 1 liter of solution, the amount of solvent present is 910 grams of water is present. Now, this is the statement or this is the data given to you. Let me repeat once again. You are being provided with 1 liter sulfuric acid solution whose weight by volume percent is X and whose molality is 9. And this solution also would contain 910 gram of water. Now, what you have to find out is this value of X, how to go for it. Again, as my style would be, first try to figure it out. What is the meaning of this? What do we mean by 9 molal? 9 molal means that 1000 gram of water must be containing, 1000 gram of solvent would be containing 9 moles of H2SO4. That in a way would make 9 into 98. So this would make 882 grams of sulfuric acid. This is containing 882 grams of sulfuric acid. So 882 grams of sulfuric acid is present in 1000 gram of water as per this statement. So what we are saying is you are being given 1 liter. This 1 liter solution is 9 molal. I am writing the meaning of 9 molal. 9 molal means 1000 gram of water contains 9 moles of sulfuric acid, that is 882 grams of sulfuric acid. Now, as per the statement that in 1 liter of this solution, you would have 910 grams of water. So I may say, if I have 910 grams of water, how many grams of sulfuric acid do I have then? So it is 882 upon 1000 into 910. So if I solve this out, this comes out to be almost 802 grams of sulfuric acid. So you would have this much grams of sulfuric acid with you in how much of water? In 910 grams of water. 910 gram of water contains this much grams of sulfuric acid. So I may say now this 910 gram of water is present in 1 liter of it. and that 1 liter also contains this much grams of sulfuric acid. So I may say mass of 1 liter of solution, then I may say it as to be it is containing 910 water grams of water and 80 grams of sulfuric acid. So this would make almost equal to 217 grams of solution. But here the matter of the fact is it is not being asked to find the total mass of solution. I just have wrote so that you could understand it better. Now what basically you are wanting to find out, that x percent weight by volume. Now what do I mean by x percent weight by volume? This simply would mean, how do we define x percent weight by volume? That if you have 100 ml of solution, 100 ml of solution contains how many grams of solute? If it is containing x grams of solute in 100 ml of solution, that will make x percent. So we are through the answer now. So what we have said, that 1000 ml of solution, because this 1000 ml is containing this much of water and this much grams of sulfuric acid. So 1000 ml of this solution is containing 802 grams of H2SO4. So had it been 100 ml, how much of solution, how much of grams are there? So it would be 80.2 grams. This 80.2 grams of sulfuric acid is present in how many ml? So it is 80.2 grams of sulfuric acid is present in 100 ml of solution. That is what you call it as x percent weight by volume. So this answer would comes out to be this much weight by volume. Is the option available to us? Yes, the option is available to us. It is B option, 80.2. So this question also seems to be very interesting. So I hope you are clear with it. Next again is a very interesting question where you are being provided with, there is a solution whose molarity is given as to be 1 molar. This is 1 molar and its density is 1.0585 gram per ml. This is being given to you. You are again wanting, you are again uh, said to find out the molality of the solution. So what, how to do it? Again, you just write this statement. 1 molar means, what do we mean by this? This simply would mean 1000 ml of this solution. This solution is containing 1 mole of NaCl. And 1 mole of NaCl means 58.5 grams of NaCl, because 1 mole of NaCl is 2335.5, so it is 58.5 grams. Now what is the density of solution? That if I take 1000 ml of solution would weigh, it would weigh how much? It would weigh volume into density, 1000 into its density, that is 1.0585. So this would make 10585 grams, this much grams. So I may say that the 1000 ml of this solution would weigh this much gram, and this much gram is also containing, just try to figure this out, thousand, the way the mass of 1000 ml of solution is this much, which would be the mass of solvent and solute, and 1000 ml is containing this much of solute. So I would say weight of or mass of solvent would be, mass of solvent then would be 1058, this much, this is the mass of solution, minus 58.5 grams, this is the mass of solution, and this is the mass of solute, that is H2SO4. So you end up getting 1000 grams. So 1000 gram of water is containing 1 mole of NaCl, and this is the very definition of molality itself, that 1000 gram of water contains how many moles? 1 mole. So this solution would be 1 molar. So this particular question which we have said has the molality equal to, exactly equal to 1. So this is a special case where molarity and molality came out to be almost equal. Going on to the next problem. This again is a very interesting question where it got mixed with the stoichiometry, that reaction based question. You are being given 100 ml of NaOH and 100 ml of NaOH is containing NaOH and sodium sulfate is neutralized by 10 ml of 0.5 molar what you have sulfuric acid. So molarity into volume, if I multiply molarity into volume and volume is in milliliters, so it would give me millimoles. So it simply would say that if I multiply them together, I have 5 millimoles of H2SO4, and H2SO4 is an acid, and this entity is a base. And sodium sulfate, let me write it here, sodium sulfate, if I write it here, sodium sulfate is a neutral salt. Neutral salt is the one which comes from the strong acid, strong base. If I say NaOH, on the other side, if I say H2SO4, now if I mix them together, this would make 2 moles of water and you end up getting sodium sulfate plus 2 moles of water. So what we are saying is this is a strong base and this is a strong acid, and this is what you call it as a salt. Salt of a strong acid, strong base would not undergo hydrolysis, or I would simply say salt of strong acid, strong base would not create pH less than or greater than 7. It would have pH equal to 7. So as a matter of fact, this particular salt, which is of strong acid, strong base, if given a chance to react with an acid or a base, it won't react with either of acid or base. So we will say that when NaOH and sodium sulfate are there in the solution, only sodium hydroxide is going to react with sulfuric acid. So when it reacts with sulfuric acid, it would give me sodium sulfate along with water. And since the reaction has to occur through the stoichiometry, so we have to balance it out. So you would get 2 moles of NaOH. This is reacting with this one. Now, thereafter the solution is very easy. So sodium sulfate is sulfuric acid is how much? It is 5 millimoles, which we have just spoken about. So the 5 millimoles would react with, because 1 mole is reacting with 2 moles, so 5 millimoles would require 10 millimoles of NaOH. So this solution must be having 10 millimoles of NaOH. This 100 ml must be having 10 millimoles of NaOH. So 100 ml of solution, the starting solution must have 10 millimoles of NaOH. 10 millimoles means, simply I can say 10 millimoles means 10 into 10 is to a minus 3 moles of NaOH. And if this is to be multiplied with 40, that is the grams of NaOH. So this would make 0.4 grams of NaOH. So this solution must be having 0.4 grams of NaOH. Rest of the entities there in it are sodium sulfate. Moving on to the next problem. This again is a very interesting. So here comes a new concentration term which we call it as mole fraction. As the word itself suggests, fraction. So mole fraction is a very simple entity. If I say mole fraction of component B, it simply would mean number of moles of B upon total number of moles of all the components. Total number of moles of all the components. So mole fraction of a given component simply would mean number of moles of that component divided by number of moles of all the components available in that solution. So here what is being said is that mole fraction of sulfuric acid, no, mole fraction of ethanol. Mole fraction of ethanol in ethanol water solution is 0.25. This is what is being given to you. And what he is asking, find the percentage concentration of ethanol by weight. So he is asking you to find percentage weight by weight. Percentage weight by weight means that out of 100, if you have 100 grams of solution, how much grams of solute are there? So that is what he is asking you to find out. And what is being given is mole fraction. So I can say mole fraction of ethanol would simply means number of moles of ethanol upon number of moles of ethanol plus number of moles of water. So this is 0.25, which I can write as 25 by 100, which now I can write it very smartly like this: 25 upon 25 plus 75, as simple as that. That this particular mole fraction is suggesting me that out of 100 moles, if the total number of moles are 100, out of which the 25 moles is of ethanol. Now, once you happen to do it, now the things would become very easy. So if I say mass of 25 moles of ethanol and similarly mass of 75 moles of water, so this would be 25 into 46 and this would be 75 into 18, and this would make 1150 and this would give me 1350 grams. So this is the quantity which we get to know out of this simple statement. This much we have answered it out. So the total mass of solution then would become this. If I add them together, this would become 2500 grams. Now what is basically asked, that if the solution is of 2500 grams, 2500 grams of this solution shall be containing 1150 grams of ethanol. Had this solution been of 100 grams, then what would be its mass? So it would be 1150 upon 2500 into 100. So this on solving comes out to be around 46%. So I think they have given a answer close to 46. Yes, it is there in this. So this I would also make it star here. This also is a important question. Moving on to the next one. Oh, this also is a simple narration where you have to uh, what is being given here. So you are being given a solution whose mole fraction of 2. So here 1 is your solvent and component 2 is its solute. So you want to find out the mole fraction from the data given here. What are the things given here is, you are being given density. Density is given in gram per liter. This is very interesting. It is density is given in gram per liter. And MW1, MW2 are the molar masses of solvent and solute. And you are also being given molarity M. All these data is given. Molarity of this solution is M, that is M moles. So now this is M molar, this is being given. So from this you have to drive this relationship. Now let us do it, how to find it out. So basically what we shall be doing is, first I would address this one. So basically what does it mean? This simply means M molar means 1 liter of solution is containing M moles of solute. M moles of solute 2. This is what the simple statement here can be written as. So I will say 1 liter of solution is containing M moles of solute 2, and this can also be said this is also containing M moles into molar mass, that is M2. Molar mass of that substance is M2, and for this it is M1. Say for example this much grams of solute, this much grams of solute are there in 1 liter. 1 liter of this solution contains this much grams of solute, and the mass of, because density is uh, d gram per liter, so I would also say mass of 1 liter of solution is equal to d grams. So I shall now be writing mass of solvent in 1 liter of solution, of 1 liter of solution. 1 liter of solution weighs how many grams? D grams. And 1 liter of solution contains how many grams of solute? It is this much. If I subtract them, if I subtract these two, I shall be getting the grams of the solvent. In 1 liter solution, this much is the number of grams of solute, and 1 liter of solution weighs d grams, so d minus mm2 would be the mass of the solvent. And once you get the mass of the solvent, you are through the answer, because I may say number of moles of solvent. Number of moles of solvent would be d mm2 upon m1. m1 is the molar mass of the solvent. Now what you are supposed to find? Mole fraction. Mole fraction is mole fraction of 2. That would be number of moles, that is m, upon number of moles of solute plus number of moles of solvent. Now what is the number of moles of solvent? Is d minus mm2 upon mm1. So if I solve it out, it would becomes mm1 upon mm1 plus d minus mm2. So this can also be written as mm1 upon, I can take m common, so this would become m1 minus m2 plus d. So we have to see whether they have given this sort of a option or not. I think the option is available. Let me check this out. Yes, it is available. If you could figure it out, this is m, and if I write it, this is m1 divided by m1 m2 minus d, sorry, plus d in the b option. In the b option it is available. So I think the answer to this question should be d option, b, Bombay option. Let me check once again. Yes, it is Bombay, b option. It is rightly written here. So this option makes equal to the b option. So it is a good question. Moving on to the next one. This also is a very interesting question. So at 100 degree 1 atmosphere temperature, pressure and temperature, if the density of liquid water is this and that of water vapors is this, then volume occupied by 1 liter of steam. So basically when you have a container which is at 100 degree centigrade and 1 atm pressure, there is an equilibrium between liquid water and its vapors. So he is saying that the density of vapor is this much, which is being given, which I am highlighting with green marker, and density of liquid water is this much. So if you are being given a liter of steam means you are being given 1000 ml of steam. So 1000 ml of steam would weigh how much? It would weigh 1000, that is what is mass of this solution. If I say mass is nothing but volume into density, so volume is 1000 ml, and what is its density given? It is 0.00006 gram per cc or per ml. So this also can also be written as 1000 centimeter cube. So this would make, uh, I think 0.6 grams. This would make this much of gram. If you have taken this steam out, 1 liter of this steam, if you condense them together, you would get this much amount of water. And I know for sure if this steam which is having water vapors have been condensed and made into liquid, this would weigh this much grams. So I shall now be saying that 1 gram of water has volume 1 centimeter cube because the density is 1 gram per cc. So if you have 0.6 gram of water, so only the question is very simple. It would be this much gram, this much cc. So answer to this question should be uh, D option if the calculations are right with me. Yes, it seems like right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have taken 1 0 extra. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is perfectly right. So 10 is to minus 5. So it makes sense. Is it okay? I think the question is clear to all of you. So the answer to this question should be D. So what exactly is to be done in this particular question? The steam's density is lesser and that of water is 1 gram per cc. So if you have 1 liter of steam, you that steam is containing water vapors. If you take that water vapors together, it would weigh this much grams. And that condensed steam would have liquid water which would have volume this much. This is what it is to be done in this particular problem. Moving on to the next question. This is almost similar to the one which we have already done. So it is 36.5% by weight of HCl. So what is again given to you is a solution which is 36.5% by weight. that is weight is to weight HCl is given, HCl solution, and it is having a density 1 point gram per ml. So what you are supposed to find, its molarity. It has to be written as molarity. You are supposed to find its molarity and molality. Now how do we go for it? It is again a very easy question. First you have to understand what do I mean by 36.5% weight by weight. Simply it would mean that 100 grams of this solution, 100 grams of solution is containing 36.5 grams of HCl, as simple as this. And by the way, this also makes 1 mole, because 1 mole of HCl weighs 36.5 grams. So it is also containing 1 mole of HCl. Now, now what is to be done in this particular case? If I subtract this out, if this is the 1000 gram of solution, out of this much is the HCl. Now, if I would say density is also given to you, so here I may say if 1000 gram is divided by 1.2 gram per ml. So this gram goes out, this would give you milliliters. So this 100 gram of this solution would have this much volume. So 100 gram of this solution is containing this much of volume, which is containing 1 mole of HCl. So I shall now be saying that 1 ml would contain how many moles? It would be 1 upon 100 by 1.2. So 1000 ml of solution would contain how much? 1000 ml of solution would contain 1 upon 100. This 1.2 goes up into 1000. So this would gives you 12 moles. So what we are saying, if this 100 gram of solution, if I convert this 100 gram of solution into its volume, it would give me this much of volume, and this volume is containing 1 mole. If you have same solution of 1000 ml, it would have 12 moles. So the molarity of this solution is 12 moles per liter. Now the other thing is, what you are supposed to find out, its molality. For molality you have to see the weight of solvent. So 100 grams of solution is containing 36.5 grams of HCl. So the amount of water it would be having is 63.5 grams of water. So now I will say 63.5 grams of water is containing 1 mole of HCl. So if I have 1000 gram of water, whatever moles you would have in 1000 gram, that is its molality. So 63.5 into 1000. So this would make 15.74 moles. So this in a way would make this 15.74 moles are there in 1000 grams of water or 1 kg of water. This is what you call it as molality. So molality is 15.74 and molarity is 12. So is there any option available to us? I think we made the statement right. So it would be, first you have to find molarity and then molality is D option. This also is a interesting question. Moving on to the next one. This again is a very simple question where barium chloride is to be mixed with potassium sulfate. This is a precipitation reaction where you would end up getting barium sulfate plus 2 moles of KCl. To balance it out, it is almost balanced. Now what is being given to you is the data. What the data is, this is 10 milliliter and this is 1 molar, and this is 5 milliliter and this is 0.5 molar. So basically you have 10 millimoles of this and 2.5 millimoles of this, because molarity into volume and volume is in milliliters, it would give you millimoles. So simply what you are supposed to find out, how much amount of barium sulfate is being precipitated out. Simply here what we are saying, 1 mole of this would react with 1 mole of this. So if it is 2.5, so it would react with 2.5 and 7.5 millimoles of it is left out. So This in a way is also suggesting us that this is acting as a limiting reagent. Limiting reagent is a reagent which get completely consumed up in the reaction. 2.5 millimoles got completely consumed up, and the maximum amount of product formed would depend upon the quantity of Lr used in the reaction. So 1 mole of potassium sulfate will give you 1 mole of barium sulfate. So the millimoles of barium sulfate which we get is this much, which is 2.5 into 10 raised to the minus 3 moles. So now you can see into the option. So this is already being suggested. This particular type of question we have just have done few minutes back. We have done it, that mole fraction of a solute is zero point 0.2, and you are supposed to find out its molality. Molality means that 1000 gram of water or solvent would contain how many moles. The number of moles present in 1000 gram of solvent would be its molality. So I may simply write it like this. This is zero point 0.2. Zero point 0.2 can also be written like this. This is 2 by 10, which may also be written like 2 by 2 plus 8. So this is the way to solve it out, because nothing else is being given. Now here is a very tricky thing. Here it is mentioned it is an aqueous solution. So this shows that the solvent is water. Now what you are supposed to see, that the moles of solute is 2, and the amount of moles of water are 8. So I can say mass of water would be 8 into 18. So this would make 8 8 the 64 6. So it is 144 grams. So I shall be saying 144 grams of water. This again is a very interesting question. Is containing 2 moles of solute. So if the solution is of 1000 gram, so 1000 gram of water would have contained how many moles? That much number of moles would be its molality. So it is this much. So if I would see that how many moles it would result in, this would give you 13.88 moles present in 1 kg of water. That is what its molality is. I think this also is clear to all of you. Moving on to the next problem. Next also is a very interesting question. Here two samples of HCl are given. One is 1 molar and second is 0.25 molar. This is being given to you. Uh, Find the volume of these samples taken in order to make. So he is taking some amount of this, some amount of this, such that the final solution would get a molarity of 0.75 molar, which is possible because it is falling in between these two concentration terms. So we shall be saying if I take V1 of this, V2 of this, so this solution would be V1 plus V2, as simple as that. So I would say M1 V1 plus M2 V2 gives you M3 V3. So how to do this particular question? Otherwise, you have to put all these values in this equation and see in which equation the data is equal to each other. Those are the things which you have to see into it. So what is the molarity of the first solution is 1, and if I have taken V1, what is the molarity of the second? It is molarity is 0.25, it is V2, and what is the molarity of final solution is 0.75, which is V1 plus V2. Final solution is this much. So this would make V1 plus point this much, and this would make V1 plus 0.75 V2. So if I do the relationship here, what I shall be getting here is V1 would come out equal to, so this would become 0.5 V2 and this would become 0.25 V1. So this would give me V1 upon V2, V1 upon V2 is 2 is to 1. 2 is to 1, yes. So what basically is there in this particular question, wherever you take V1 as double in quantity than V2 and put this in to this equation becomes equated to each other. then the answer to this particular option is correct. So we shall be saying this is 2 is to 1, this also is 2 is to 1. Oh, all the options are 2 is to 1. So I think the answer to be this to be D. D, all those combinations which when taken in this type of 2 is to 1 ratio, it would give you 0.75 molar solution of HCl. Moving on to the last problem, I think so. This again is a very interesting question. So what is to be done in this particular question? You are being given 100 ml of sulfuric acid, 100 ml of sulfuric acid, and 100 ml of sulfuric acid and 100 ml of water are mixed, and the mass percentage of sulfuric acid is to be determined, and you are being given the density of this solution. So density of this sulfuric acid is 0.9 gram per ml, and that of water, which is again 100 ml, its density is 1 gram per ml. So basically it is a very simple. When you mix them together, what mass percentage you want to find out? Mass is to mass, percentage weight is to weight, or you can simply write it as mass is to mass. That 100 gram of this solution would contain how much? So I shall be saying mass of sulfuric acid is how much? Mass of sulfuric acid is volume into density. So volume is 100 into zero point 0.9, so it is 90 grams. And similarly, if I would figure it out, mass of water, mass of water would be 100 into 1, so it is 100 grams. So the total mass, so the percentage weight by weight would be, total mass of solution becomes 190 grams of the solution is containing 90 grams of solution, 90 grams of sulfuric acid, and if it had been 100 grams, how much of it? So this would come out to be almost 43 or 44%. So I think the option to this question would be 47.36%. 47.36%. I think I made my point clear. The mass of sulfuric acid we found, mass of water we found in 100 and 100 ml. So the total mass becomes 190. 190 grams contains 90 grams of sulfuric acid. Had it been 100 grams of solution, what would be the mass of sulfuric acid? It is 47.36%. Moving on to the last question. In the last question, there is a misprint here. So this basically when put into water gives you this thing. So considering the ionization of sulfuric acid, so sulfuric acid molarity and volume is given. Molarity and volume is given. So it is 100 ml, it is 0.1, so it is 10 millimoles. So sulfuric acid when put into water gives you 2H3O positive plus sulfate ions. This is what basically it is giving it to you. So what we shall be saying that this is 100 ml and this is 0.1 molar. So basically it is containing 10 millimoles. It is containing 10 millimoles, and 10 millimoles is imparting me total number of ions furnished by it. Total number of ions furnished by it would be, if I would write it rightly here, is it would be giving me 3 moles. So 30, so 1 mole is giving me 3 moles. So 10 millimoles would be giving me 30 millimoles. 30 millimoles means 30 into 10 is to minus 3 moles, and 1 mole is how much? 6.02 10 is for 23. So I shall be saying 30 into 10 is to minus 3 into 6. I just would take 6 into 10 is for 23. So this would make 180 into 10 is power 20 uh, total ions. This 3 and this 3 got cancelled, so it becomes 20, and it is 180. So I may say it is how much it would be. It would be 0.18 into 10 is power 23 ions. So answer to this question should be C option. So I hope you have understood all these questions. So we are almost through the total number of questions. So you can refer to now the uh, options given in this particular sheet. You can cross check it once again. So I hope now you are feeling quite strengthened with the topic of concentration terms through the problem solving, where we have discussed about molarity, molality, mole fraction, percentage weight by volume, percentage weight by weight. So these are the some of the terms which came across in these questions while solving it. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Take care. Take good care of yourself and stay safe.